dunk. Sounds like we're ready. Although actually, I do want to... Multiplayer doesn't show the... Yeah, it doesn't show the IPs. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice, cool. Fantastic. Nice. So I don't have to do that. Whew. And now we begin. Oops, yeah. We don't want the funny latest death thing. I don't mention. Gonna have to set the control keybinds first. Let's see. Did want to get that actual the keybind management one though. Crab makes that noise. That's not a spider. I'm fine for now. I'm alive. Still here. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should just grab it, just because searching is gonna be a lot easier. F2. The fuck? Wrong one. Okay. Whew. Everything's set up. We're ready. We're good to go. We have a bed. We're actually the only person to have a bed, apparently, according to what was happening in the chat. Whatever. Okay, cool. We're here. We're here. We're alive. Get into character. We are D. And we were just taken on a magical journey from the power of an envelope to some sort of mansion where we were supposed to get instructions on, what the hell we're supposed to do. And we managed to thankfully escape from there before we were attacked. And we got some notes, including a message here. You have 30 days to stop the cult from destroying this world. To do so, you must slay Lady Ramil and the cult's end goal, the Ender Dragon. The only functioning eyes of Ender are in her grasp, and the corrupt Luminous, the sunken moon cult's holy land. The only way to enter is to slay its leader for his heart, but she is hidden away. In the Luminary HQ, they hide themselves on the lowest level. The keys are hidden away. Former members of the cult have obtained them and spread out throughout the land. You must kill them and save the world. Your task is to slay the Urgas to open door number 6. Bring the key to the main headquarters. The map to it is in the Frosthorn Laboratory. I wish thee well. seems we found ourselves with our map to the location, or at least the laboratory, name tag, and the very task given to us. We must become accustomed to this world. It's my first time visiting the mortal realm. I have to learn how to control this body of mine. It's a lot clumsier than being a soul. Simply moving around, breaking things. It's a lot to take in. All of this sight, scenery, smells, sounds, it's all so different. I visited the human realm before, but not like this. I've had the chance to try and look and see, all of these sights and sounds before, but I found that they all kind of took away from... They were just too distracting. And they made it a lot harder for me to do my job. Of course, I'm basically as far away as possible from my job right now. I have to learn everything I can about the mortal realm and use it to survive and defeat this Ergast? Ergast. Ergast? Yergast? The realm is treacherous, and life is precious. Can't afford to make any stupid mistakes. All we can do is press forward. That being said, my task is certainly to defeat an enemy, as was explained to me, but I imagine that that is not going to be a simple feat. We're not going to just be able to waltz right up to whatever this Ergast is and just, for lack of a better word, relieve it of its soul. We need to get situated. Get equipped for the battle that lies ahead of us. So, we must harvest all we can. Find the materials, create everything we need, so that way we can be prepared for the battle ahead of us. Now, when I went to that mansion, I wasn't alone. It appeared that there were others, each with their own envelope, inviting them there. I don't know if they can be trusted. Frankly, I don't know if there's anyone to trust in this world. But Death sent me here for a purpose. There's a reason that I was called for this mission. There's a reason I was entrusted with this body. The envelope asking me to come here used a very, very simple trick. Makes me wonder if everyone else is under its spell. It told me that which I most desire. That it would be mine should I complete this task. I can't say that it's whether or not there's any way to believe this. The fact that Death sent me, entrusted with me an incredibly important belonging with this body, which isn't mine, only goes to show that there is incredible importance in this. The reason I'm here. And if the letter is telling the truth, if my heart's desire can truly be found by completing a task, then I see no reason not to try. Of course, we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves. We're in an unknown world with unknown challenges. Quite literally anything could stop us in our tracks at this very moment. There's no telling what this world has in store. It's all new to me. But I don't think Death would send me on a task that it doesn't believe I can handle. Death has been, I suppose, mortals call it parenthood? A guardian figure? That's the closest thing I have to that. It's taught me what I know of guiding souls. And while that knowledge, I imagine, won't serve me here, we have to work with what we have. It's a strange thing, this living world. It's quite different from what I know. Since all I've always been concerned with simply the movement of souls. There was no real need for me to use, partake of the physical realm. Death had always offered it. Apparently, it had the power to grant me sight, smell, all of these senses required to enjoy the living world. But all of it kind of seemed a bit superfluous. I don't really see the point in smelling or seeing if that isn't going to help me guide souls more efficiently. After all, Death's domain, it's a lot of work to keep it up. To ferry all of the fragments and return them to their resting place. The living realm is quite large after all. I don't work alone. I'm not the only one ferrying souls for death. That's a good thing. I doubt I could handle the task on my own. That said, I still try my best. Work as efficiently as necessary. Be as quick as possible. Because as life has grown throughout this world, so too has death. For that which lives is fated to die. And that which dies must have lived. It's the fate of all living things to die. And yet they all fear death. If I'm being honest, it's always confused me. Death is something that's in the cards for everyone. No one can escape it, not fully. And those that do, well, they're the biggest pains in the neck we know. So after doing it for so long, after acting as an envoy of death, carrying the souls that have been separated from their physical forms to their home in death's domain, it makes you curious. All of these souls, or at least while they're still in their physical forms, fear the day they die. They can't fathom what happens afterwards. It's a very strange tale for me. Death is the closest thing I have to a parent. So I'm not too sure why people would fear it. But as I understand it, I believe my perspective is unique, especially among the living. I feel there are very few that would revere death as I do. But perhaps that's for the best. After all, I'm here to learn why life is precious. Why people fear death. And to do that, I must live as mortals do. Experience their fear of death. Something tells me that, at least in my case, I imagine that granting my heart's desire is a lot simpler than perhaps many of the physical folk here. I have no idea what it is mortals desire. It's all very new to me. For something as intangible as a reason, as an answer, maybe I have it easy. At least in terms of with whoever has this reward in mind. I don't know how much work they have to do to put my answer in front of me. But who knows? Maybe they have their work cut out for them after all. Maybe finding out what life is all about isn't as easy as I think it is. Perhaps that's putting everything, it's getting ahead of ourselves. I need to find a way. Or perhaps I should learn to understand what this ergasm even is. I don't suppose I can know what I'm fighting against. I've never even heard of it before. This black forest seems to reek of danger, if I'm perfectly honest. Perhaps I should stay away from it for the time being. You know, the living creatures here do actually bring something to mind. That I've never been in charge of ferrying the souls of animals. Frankly, it makes me wonder why that is. These creatures do live. That much is plainly obvious. So, why do we not see them to death's domain? Certainly something I've yet to wrap my head around. I can tell that not everything here is friendly. As I understand it, it is life's nature to essentially consume itself? Perhaps that's the wrong wording, but as I understand it, life takes life so that it can live. It's a very interesting concept to think that life itself seeks to essentially consume itself in order to keep itself alive. Hmm. But even if life does consume itself, can't say that it's wrong for doing so. As I understand it, life does everything in its power to live. Even if such things include taking the lives of those a bit less fortunate than them. At the very least, it's certainly obvious to me that humans are entirely capable of taking other humans' lives. I've heard stories of their wars. Large-scale battles with humans killing humans. Life desecrating life. And yet, all of them fear death. It seems paradoxical, almost. Why would a creature that seeks to live and knows that others of its kind also seek to live desire the death of said people? It's a strange concept. At least, to me it is. Or in quite a few ways. Humans seem to have no qualms taking each other's lives, and yet they themselves fear their own death. It's strange to me. Perhaps it's strange only to me. It's something about life that I have yet to learn. To fully understand. I'm not alone. Is that what that noise means? Anything could happen at any point. Death gave me the basic rundown of the things that I need to do here. But aside from that, I'm not entirely sure what it is that I need. I have to prepare for battle, certainly. Must be ready to do combat with this Urgast. But even I don't know what that fully means. Life exists in fascinating ways. Come to think of it, defeating the Orgast. That most likely means taking part in its death. I have good reason to do so. Apparently, whatever it has is a key to a door. But does this Orgast deserve to die? Yes, as a living creature, it is destined to die. But does that mean it's right? Can my killing of just anything be justified? It's an incredible question which I'm not entirely sure I can find the answer. At the very least, not on my own. That, of course, perhaps that's something that should be thought about later. I think I can work with the ethics of killing a creature when I'm actually prepared to do so. I'm certainly in no state to do so now. That much is certain. More strange noises. Hmm. Knowledge accrues itself in fascinating ways. As I understand it, though, from what I've learned from numerous history lectures given by death itself, mankind's advancement started from the underground, unearthing metals very deep within the earth. And using them to create machinery, tools, all sorts of things. Even stone itself has its purpose. As I understand it, mankind has formed great civilizations out of both technology and the raising of their own life, cultivating plants and using that as food. I imagine I will be needing that. As sustenance isn't going to simply fall into my lap. As I understand it, the deeper we go, the rarer the materials we can find. This silver material. Seems as if it could be useful. We're going to need a little bit of everything, I imagine. Or it fell a foul beast. honest, I don't really know where the other envelope bearers are. I don't even know if I'll ever come across them. Much less how. Although, I do have the suspicion this map will be something most everyone possesses. Seems almost fitting the first hostile creature I come across be one of deathly origins. A bit too ironic, almost. Might have to cut some losses here. You certainly collected enough rocks and stones. Plenty of different types, for that matter. There's something in that direction. It's taken a strange, ghostly shape. I wonder if I'm the only one that can see that. Or if perhaps others are being drawn to it at this very moment. No longer see it. That doesn't mean I cannot attempt to trace where it originated from. It's a bit strange. I feel as if time is not yet passing. At the very least, the sun does not seem to be setting. use this metal to protect myself. Hmm. I imagine wearing these pieces of metal will in fact be a great boon to me. We'll have to get rid of some things in my inventory. apparitions are being revealed to me. I should make my way to them. These folk don't appear to be harmful. I'm thankful for that, at the very least. Life works its wonders. All I have is this wildlife to keep me company, but better than distance. Certainly not natural. Perhaps it was here where those apparitions were coming from. I can only imagine if their weapons are drawn from the outset, that they're looking for a fight. This place doesn't seem kind to outsiders. But an area such as this, I find myself in a dangerous predicament. It appear, though, that it's just as dangerous to me as it is to others. This snow. Single step and you sink into it. Certainly not ideal. Hmm. This place feels too peculiar, too odd. As if I'm missing something. Or if this is a trap prepared to lure the unsuspecting. Suspected. Every time. This could very well be my end. I was too reckless. I doubt there's anyone near around to assist me. Is this my fate then? Perhaps I need but search. Although, I don't see anyone around. And that thing over there isn't giving me a vote of confidence. Is this the end? Was I too brash with life?